Hello, friend. I hope you're surviving the apocalypse out there and here or wherever the hell we are. Don't compromise yourself. You bleed love. The poison wants in. Block it. Become a shield. Know yourself. Your cells. Every part of you is regenerating. Become one so you can become zero. I am seeing a purification. You're going through a shedding process to activate a new reality that inspires you to access your childlike nature, the parts of you that were silenced. This is macro and micro, so we're gonna go big here because I'm seeing individually an awakening of, like, you see that cloud of colorful wisdom. This is pure wisdom. It's not gnosis and developed knowledge from the exterior reality, but it's a knowing. It's an inner knowing that's activating, accessing serpent knowledge by purifying yourself. So I'm also hearing Prince, diamonds and pearls. And diamonds and pearls is representing purification, the innocence and friendship that we all crave and seek on a molecular level. We seek to become one so we can become zero. Because zero is unity. It's the ultimate coming to self. The distractions are loud and clear. Seek what's harder to see and feel. The subtleties are the way. When you turn it off, turn off the noise. Look at this black and white vibration coming through. Look at all this white and black energy. You're being asked to get out of polarity. Stop feeding the drama inside of yourself. The conflicting drama inside. If you're watching drama on the outside, it's because you're trying to seek the drama within and identify it, to pull it out, to face the shadow. Diamonds. Look, diamonds. Diamonds and pearls. Diamond shapes with diamonds, like there's a lot going on here. Diamonds and pearls. Purity, purification. Okay. Your shadow's trying to get you off this karmic wheel of perpetual spell casting, drama. Something you were told when you were still innocent. Many things you were told. You're learning to push out the narratives that don't allow your soul to grow, to allow your soul to glow. Your aura, your light is being sucked dry by parasites. And you're needing to, I'm talking bare naked. You've got to come to spirit and source naked, the naked truth. Naked purity is the truth. And that's what the darkness wants from you. calling all the lost souls. This can be your home. I eat and pray on your souls. I'm hoping you'll never know. There's an energy in the air hiding behind the veil, but it's so subtle. But if you were to, it's almost like if you were to look in your peripheral at the right moment and the right energy, frequency, and vibration, you would see a monster. But don't be scared, because when you see the monster, it's better to be able to know what your enemy looks like than to deny that it exists or that it's there, because then you can face your demons and conquer the inner conflict. Get behind me. Get behind me. You want this energy to get behind you, so you don't have to juggle between what's true. There's a lot of noise and we've got to turn it off. We have to know the truth. Even if that requires us to be blunt, cold, and frank about it. If we have to demand this out of people for to regain our strength, our time, our energy, our right to exist, unbridled defense. I don't know what that means. Unbridled. They don't want you to be brittle. We're giving away our energy to entities that literally eat on our soul somehow. In material 3D, three-dimensional, we think that like we're being physically eaten, but it's not like that. It's like it's like whatever a lifespan is, 100 years, whatever that means, why ever we exist, that energy is supposed to grow your soul in some way for the next experience. And somehow each life expands you greater and greater. And somehow, like Pac-Man, there's an energy that feeds on soul energy. Literally because we don't see it. If we were to be conscious of what we're feeding, we wouldn't even question stopping. It's like they're laughing at us. That's fine. Let them laugh. I'm seeing people come together in a way. This is so weird. I'm seeing people come together. So macro. I'm gonna go macro for a second, because collectively we're coming together. I'm gonna micro after this. Each of us is creating what is the Power Rangers? What do they do when they come together? They create some sort of super Power Ranger where there's like a whole bunch of them on one. We're creating that sort of a defense. Like karate is a defense fighting style. We're activating our defense to combat this poisonous energy that's manifesting as things like psychopaths, pedophiles, narcissists, the things that we really don't want in our energy vampires. Those are physical representations of this monstrous energy in the spirit world. And it is able to feed on us when we give it permission. And since we don't know how to activate the permission or to deactivate the permission, it just keeps perpetuating, it keeps continuing. But when we get back on defense and we understand the trap, this is big, guys. I'm going to take it down a notch for a second. I'm going to bring it back to earth. I'm going to see what energies is this manifesting in 3D that we can understand. So I've got Venus. So it's activating in our pleasures and our desires. Let me think about that. Okay, so so now I'm seeing the narcissist mirror thing where it's projecting to us what's beautiful. Somehow we've developed in society now that pumping our bodies full of silicone and fake non-organic beauty, somehow that's the new trend. And in doing that, we're stepping away from purity. We're stepping away from our art, the way that we've artistically created 3D human. This is already a beautiful creation, and it's capable of the things. It always boils down to what it's capable of doing what the false light wants to represent, like the injections and the fake stuff. It's like we can already do that. If you could, which I don't know why we would want to do this, if you could meditate long enough and focus your energy on having a big ass, a big round booty, like, you know, that's what you want, that could happen without the injections. But who wants to do that, right? Not that who wants to meditate and spend the time, but like when we think about it, when we identify how ridiculous it is to spend our time and energy focusing on that, you can identify where the ridiculousness is in society. Because the projection says what beauty is, which is, let's just use Kim Kardashian. Well, sure, she's beautiful, and she was beautiful before she did anything. She's beautiful after, but like that makes no sense to be like the idealized. That's the imbalanced Libra scale. She's representing the imbalanced Libra scale because her original form, if we were to see her today in her original form, we would be captivated, and the envy would be so much more. Looking at her in her fake form is like Sure, she looks perfect, but we know inside when we look at her soul, it's ugly. Again, no hate. I love you. I send so much love to you, girl. But the original her, if she were here today and expressing herself organically, we would be able to relate and connect more. I'm sure she would still look almost as beautiful, like almost as perfect as she looks now, if she would have avoided all of those things. And then what did she do? She inspired her younger sisters to do all this crazy stuff too, or I don't know where they all fit in the age and all that. But it's just, the point is, that's not ideal. And communicating, I've got Mercury. And communicating what is real and true is important to the purification of the soul. Because little girls now are trying to be like that. And I absolutely love the dynamic between her and her daughter. Because it's like, it's almost like when we look into society, we can, let's just use these two, or Beyonce and her daughter, Blue. It's like, there's so much beauty in their children, but it's not the type of beauty their mothers are projecting and portraying. So when we look at them, we automatically don't see what's beautiful about them because we're more focused on the fillers and the pumps and all the crazy stuff. Okay, like, you know what I'm saying, which I don't like spending my time on that. So let's go on. Taurus again. So Taurus is the other half of Venus. When we were talking about Libra, it's like, okay, what is Taurus? How does Taurus bring in a balance there inside of us when we think about this part of our mindset, our mentality? Well, we balance it out. We recognize that there's some earthly, organic pleasures that maybe Libra has, in this dynamic, Libra has created an imbalance within us. We can see that the air element of Venus, the Libra expression, has us believing what makes us whole is how we look physically. But then Taurus is more about what I have and how that makes me feel. So let's say a Taurus version of Venus might express more, food is more important than fillers. You know, just like break it down. So I'm gonna move on from that because that's kind of crazy. That's kind of weird. What else? So we've got teardrops, four-leaf clover, star, and eagle. So we're mourning. We're mourning. Why are we mourning? Because we're in denial. There's that star. We're choosing to rise above this toxic energy around what's beautiful. We're willing to see past it, not attack it. There's no need to attack people to bring about a more beautiful way. or a more beautiful expression. I'm no better than anyone. I'm no better than Kim Kardashian. But it's time to acknowledge what we're grieving, why we're so attached to the purity and innocence of us. Why are we going back to the child? What is it that children represent? Purity, naivety, spontaneity, fun, high energy, energetic. They have such an ability to learn and to try new things. They're more connected to wisdom when it comes to intuitive wisdom. And there's a huge reveal coming with the whole political Epstein, pedo, however you say those people. That whole thing is coming to light in the external environment because we're identifying within ourselves where we were, what's the word? I want to say raped. Molested. Obviously, really, and metaphorically. And when we can draw our energy to that part of ourselves, we're able to create better boundaries and separation between that which wants to inflict harm and prey on us. We're creating strong boundaries between purity, around purity, so when the energy comes to find it, it's not able to penetrate. Think about if we saw in the streets a child being attacked by an adult in that way. What's the instinct? Help the child, right? Well, the obvious there in ourselves, now take that situation inside of you. When you can obviously see where you're being taken advantage of, can you act on that mistreatment in the same truth, the same instinct, the same intuition? Or is it okay to continue to let this happen to us? Because the more we let it happen outside is the more we're letting it happen inside. And the more that it comes to the surface and becomes more popular in the media or amongst the collective, that we're clearly in that time where the reveal will happen, the exposure, the grooming, the stage, the set, the spells, the cast is all going to be revealed to us by creating stronger boundaries. The more we push back and openly express our purity, our ego-driving will desire to say, I am here. I'm here, I'm present, God damn it. You're not going to tell me what I'm about to do with my time. They say so much about the negative parts of being in your ego. But what about the positive? What about the parts of us that need to be in our ego to create that strong boundary? We need to encourage our children to be in their ego. Absolutely, especially in this new world. I don't want a weak child that thinks that they don't have boundaries and that they can't express themselves and say what they feel and think. But I will be damned if I teach them also to go out there, hurt, harm, or cause destruction in other people. You better be respectful and kind, and don't go out there and bully people. But also, you better not get bullied, because you are powerful and you are capable of leading your own life. And no one has to tell you how to do that unless you choose that kind of a path. Allowing children to make choices of who they're comfortable around and who they're not needs to be a trend. Allowing children to make more choices in what they want to learn about, what they're interested in. Constantly telling them no and giving them restrictions and telling them they're a slave and to follow the orders and stay in line is killing the creativity and the imagination and the love and the passion in their hearts. And this is what happened to us in our childhood. We're watching the imagination die over time, and that's where the monsters are eating on our souls, is because we've given it away for free. We said, it doesn't belong inside of me, so you can have it. And we sit here in a life of misery because we have now given away our power to the enforcer, to the bully, to the projection, the fake matrix filter that binds us to the enemy outside. Whew. You know what I'm saying? Someone is behaving stupidly. Turkey. Don't be a turkey. Look, you know what? I'm gonna end it there, but I'm gonna read something. Look, butterfly. A change for the better. Go back to that innocent time. We need to stop giving this power away so freely. Look, I'm about to read this. I don't know which one. Which one wants to be read? I think it was, what did we say? Diamonds and pearls. Is it? Oh, it's the Eros. Because it's not the diamond, but there's a diamond on there. Look at that diamond, okay? Love as desire, eroticism, and sensuality. Look, let me tell you, before I read this, I don't retain information like this, okay? This is all what I was feeling. And I feel like our logic is really trapping our minds right now. Logic is too powerful at the moment, and we need to take Albert Einstein's advice that imagination is more important than knowledge. So I'm going to read this, but just try in a little bit, okay? Through Eros can be depicted an unbridled sexuality and eroticism. A more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being. Nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite our heart, embrace otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. this card reveals an inevitable invitation, initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart. And remember, through the way of curiosity, you are always being led towards its center. Because to be curious like a child, you will be led to your center, and your center is your zero. By becoming one, then all is done. One unified species is where the zero comes in. Because then we're purified. We don't have to do the math. We don't have to think about 1, 2, 3 to 1 to 9. We just think about the zero. We just be. We just exist in chaotic time, not linear time. Okay? It's the trap that they've instilled and snared us in that has us believing that we can't exist in zero time and space. So that's what I have. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.